Good morning, CSL family. We're going to start our service as we always do, which is with Spirit is in this place. So let's all stand up and make a joyful noise. Here we go.
I'm in New York. Welcome, everybody. I'm Pat Hanley Johnson, one of your presiders today and one of the practitioners here. And it's my honor to welcome you to today's service, those of you who are here in the sanctuary and those of you who are joining us online. We welcome you. We love you. We're glad you're here. We're glad you're part of CSL. And those of you who are joining us online have multiple ways to join. You can join through Facebook. You can join through our website, which is cslftl.org, or on our YouTube channel. So there you go. It was a big night here at CSL Arts last night. Whoa. You know, one of our Science of Mind principles is creative expression. So creativity and the arts go hand in hand with spirit. What a beautiful mission, Reverend Tina, that you started here for us. So congratulations to the producer, the director, and all the amazing actors and the 5,000 volunteers that made this all happen. This has really been a beautiful time at our center. Congratulations to us. So we have very consistent offerings here at CSL, and everybody's laughing because I always say, well, it's so many times, and everyone's memorizing the times or getting confused, so I'm just going to say what they are today. They're consistent. Check the website. You'll find all the details there. So we have Reiki Circle, the healing power of Reiki, every Saturday. We have our Wisdom Circle once a month. We have the Spiritual Living Circle, which has a new day and new time. I will say that one to reinforce it. Carl, thank you for facilitating that. It's Sunday mornings here at 9:30 to 10:15 in our community room. We have the Spiritual Book Club, and we're smack in the middle of a beautiful book by Mark Nepo, which is the 5th season, and you're welcome to join at any time. So come on in and read this beautiful book with us. And we also have the Abundance Circle, which is happening today, right after the service at 12 o'clock in the community room. Again, we're back there. Okay, wonderful. So those are our regular occurring events, and they're all wonderful. And so pick one or two or all 5 of them. Okay, I'm just going to read this because it's a lot of detail. It's called The Good Life and the God Life. I like that. How to be spiritually awakened and materially abundant. It's a workshop on Sunday, March 8th from 12 to 2 p.m., and it's facilitated by Carrie Beyer, who's a life coach and an author of a course in money miracles. Who doesn't like that? I'd like to have a money miracle. How about you all? And higher self meditation. I also want that. In this workshop, he will lead you through a variety of methods to live 200% of life, to awaken spiritually while opening the channels for more material abundance to flow to you. The cost is just $20. That sounds like a bargain to me. If purchased by March 1st, and $30 if purchased afterwards. So, we also have another class coming, and it's by Kimberly Prescott, who's here with us today, who's giving the talk today. So welcome, Kimberly. Kimberly has been busy in her life. She has an MBA, and she's a ministerial student, so she's working hard. This is going to be called Crucial Conversations. It's a 3-week class. It's on Wednesdays from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m., and it starts March 11th. And it explores how to handle conversations when the stakes are high and the emotions rise even higher. We will explore tools, causes, and how to support yourself during these tense times. This 3-week study will empower individuals to stay in the moment and use newfound tools to create a shared pool of meaning to make relationships more harmonious. Well, that's a perfect dream. We all are going to be there, right? Let's come on out and support Kimberly. So a little bit more about Kimberly. She brings a wealth of experience, having taught for the past 2 years at Unity of Jupiter. She also brings 25 years of experience in corporate America, leading teams in her software business class, which is offered by donation. Kimberly just told me that she also found her roots in CSL at the Seattle CSL Center. So, welcome. So, Tina.
Good morning, everybody. Hello, hello. How many people saw Upside Down? All right, all right. Well, I'll probably be giving this announcement at least twice, just because we were here pretty late. But I want to acknowledge, first and foremost, the amazing production, all that went into having the production unfold with ease and grace over the past 3 weekends. So first and foremost, if anybody volunteered in any dynamic for the Upside Down, will you please stand up? Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you. We actually had, I think the number was 150 slots of volunteers that we needed. So people did many different shifts, multiple shifts, all the shifts. So this would not have been what it was without your yes to being in service to this divine idea. I do want to let you know, because everybody wants the numbers, the quick, what we have immediately, and we still have more calculating to do, because we didn't do our silent auction yet that closed. But as of right now, we are at $79,000 gross. So this is funding this wonderful umbrella that is the arts of CSL. It continues to bring the arts to the community and have the community come and see us. Actually, I think it was 88% of the people who came to Upside Down were not congregants or members, right? So thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Doesn't seem like enough, but thank you. March 15th, just so you know, is a Q&A with the board, but as we get the numbers, as they roll in, I'll continue to inform you from this platform, but that Q&A will be available for any kind of deeper dive or deeper question, but the door is always open. The books are always open. There's transparency, so any questions you have, please bring to myself, to Jim, or the board, and we'd be happy to answer it as soon as we have those divine numbers intact. Thank you so much.
Let's get to our intention statement. We do not have the screen here today with the words, so follow after me. Here at CSL, we have an intention statement. Oh yeah, everybody stand up if you're able to stand. Thank you, I missed that piece. And then afterwards, take the time you need to greet the beautiful people who are here with you sharing this space. You can give them a hug, you can give them a namaste, you can tell them you love them because it's still Valentine's Day weekend, so all of that. So now let's get to the intention statement. So here at CSL, hold on a second, and I'll get this right in a minute. We do have an intention statement, and it teaches us how to show up in this world, be present. So here we go. Repeat after me. We are an abundant, loving, and diverse spiritual community dedicated to personal growth, healing, and service. And so it is.
This is our time of stillness. I invite you to turn off your phones if you haven't already, or your noise makers, anything that makes a sound. As we have this opportunity to become present to this now moment, to sit in the stillness together, an essential practice on the spiritual path, the spiritual journey. Life is busy. There's so much that grabs our attention. This is the opportunity to pay attention to ourselves, to turn within. So if you haven't already, I invite you to close your eyes as we take a deep and conscious and collective breath together as we breathe in and exhale. Let's do 2 more of those. A full inhalation. When we think we have as much air as we can take, just a little bit more. And a deep sigh and exhale. And one more like that. Breathing in as full as we can. A little bit more at the top. And a deep sigh of an exhale. Flooding the body with this rich oxygenation. Feeling the inner body just light up as it receives this divine flow that we have focused on. That we're always in this circulation of receiving and giving. It is that which keeps us alive. Is that which is done without our conscious awareness. Effortlessly, perfectly, beautifully, abundantly, presently. So allow this breath to continue to be the focal points. To continue to bring the attention back to the breath. Creating greater spaciousness. Greater clarity. And greater receptivity. As we enjoy this beautiful tune, this sound, these notes, until we reach the moments of complete silence. So how wonderful it is to be called back by this beautiful music. Grateful and thankful for the time that we have spent in the stillness, for your willingness to be still, no matter what was happening on the inside. Grateful for this community, grateful for all the beautiful leadership, all the magnificent creativity, that the energy, the very vibration, the very frequency of a creative idea made manifest is so poured into this center through all that has been created through this wonderful production, through each and every individual that has stood up through their limitations to express their voice, their truth. That's here, that's available, that's rich substance that we are sitting in and feeling into and allowing ourselves to open up more for. I'm grateful to recognize that this very creative impulse, this very creative idea is the divine. Is that which I call God, is that which I call the loving presence, the unconditional loving existence that is always pouring itself so fully and completely and abundantly through each of us and all of us, that it shows up in, through, and as our lives in ways that continue to surprise and delight us. The beautiful tap on the shoulder, the guide that continues to be the presence before us. So I know that we are one with this very thing itself. That which has created all, that which continues to create in its own image and in its likeness, in, through, and as its divine mind, that creative impulse, that creative idea, that vision made manifest is right where we are. We are the vision of love made in form. And it's from this awareness of our oneness with this presence of love that I just bless the unfoldment of this service. I know that it unfolds with absolute beauty. It is on time and in time, the perfect song, the perfect message, the beautiful way in which Kimberly is that open vessel and channel for this divine truth to flow through with such precision that it pierces any seeming barrier of our chest plate and goes right to our hearts. And we become so more present to who we are through all that unfolds in this service, and that we leave lighter and lifted in the who and what that we are. So I say thank you, spirits, thank you, life, thank you, everybody here. And so it is. Amen.
CSL. People get ready, there's a train coming. Don't need no baggage, you just get on board. All you need is faith, hear the diesel humming. Don't need no ticket, you just thank the Lord. So people get ready for the train to Jordan, picking up passengers coast to coast. Faith is the key, open up the doors and board them. Hope for us all among the just to save his own. Have pity on those whose chances grow thinner. There's no hiding place among the kingdom's throne. So people get ready, there's a train a-coming. You don't need no baggage, you just get on board. And all you need is faith to hear the diesels humming. You don't need no tickets, you just thank the Lord.
Okay. I just wanted to take a few minutes of your time and to introduce our beloved speaker. I've known her since October of 2025. I opened my messenger message and there was a message from her. She contacted me. And we met and we had coffee and we've had a couple of meetings, but she's been a wonderful support of moving in through leadership as she is doing the same, a wonderful sisterhood, a wonderful bond that has started to form. And I'm just so grateful and thankful for the opportunity to highlight her. You heard that she has an upcoming class, so I thought it was a wonderful opportunity for people to get to know who she is and to have the experience of being taught by her if they choose to take this Conscious Conversations class. So Kimberly came through the fire and the dark night of a soul in 2008 to rise up and become the inspiration she is today. She brings her zeal, her inspiration to each sermon while creating an inclusive community of spiritual growth. Her passion for unity teaching shows in each of her classes as she takes students through a spiritual journey of discovery and transformation. Kimberly has taken all of her past and used it for the gifts of ministry, and with over 25 years in corporate America as a business executive, she brings a wealth of experience and knowledge. And now she embarks on the greatest adventure of her life, being a steward of ministry. She currently serves at the Unity of Jupiter, and she's helped that community double in size over the last year through her classes, ministry, and sermons. While her whole life has not been an easy road, her lessons and teachings come from real-world experiences. Having served in the United States Air Force, she has a tenacity for success and discipline to make any ministry she touches a success. She went back to school in 2014 to get her MBA and graduated in 2016. She has a commitment to lifelong learning, which is demonstrable by her commitment to supporting others and opening their hearts and minds. I love that she found her roots, her spiritual beginnings in these teachings with the CSL, has been there for 10 years, and is now going through and finishing her last year of her ministerial program with Unity. That we're under this one umbrella of new thoughts. And why divide? Let's bring in these leaders, these speakers, these teachers of the multiple expressions of new thought. So I'm so grateful and thankful to offer this bridge, to offer our hand, and to welcome Kimberly today.
Well, thank you, Reverend Tina. It's an honor to be here and to look into each of your eyes. I've been here many times, although I've been sitting somewhere around here. I love CSL teaching. I started back in CSL Seattle in 2008. I was going through a very dark night of the soul. And as Reverend Tina said the last 2 weekends, we're talking about living on that edge, living into that edge and finding where our individual edge is. Reverend Tina the last 2 weeks talked about compassion and courage, talked about loving ourselves, because if we can't love ourselves, how in the world can we love another? Last weekend, she talked about Black History Month, and that it would be great if we could just have America History Month. And I'm here to say, let's take that a step further. Let's have it be humanitarian, the human element. Because the bottom line is, we're all one consciousness. We're all one collective consciousness. We all live and breathe the same air. It doesn't matter if we're brown, white, black, yellow, or gold. It doesn't matter if we have sparkles in our hair or Vans on our feet. It doesn't matter what education, what house, what family we grew up in. What matters is that we got the spark of the divine within. We each are here with a special gift to give. And today we're going to continue looking at that edge, looking at leaning into that. What is that? So I'd like to start with a little story. It's called The Bridge and the Fog. There was once a woman who lived on the edge of a vast canyon. On the other side, she was told, there was divine work, perfect love, and a sense of belonging that made her feel like she was coming home. But between her current life and the life she longed for was a bridge. The bridge was sturdy, but there was a problem. There was fog covering most of the bridge. You could only see the first one or two planks. So many traveled to this canyon to cross the bridge in hopes of living that life that we all dream of, only to take one or two steps and then retreat back because of the fog. So this woman lived for years studying, reading books about courage, studying great wisdom teachers, listening to all kinds of podcasts, until one day she decided her fear was enough, and she took the first step. Nothing happened. The bridge did not break. The path was not illuminated. The fog was still there. There was no thunderous applause. And then she took another step. And with each step she took, something changed. Not out there on the path ahead, but within her heart. Her sense of balance strengthened. Her clarity became more focused. And her trust deepened. You see, it wasn't the bridge at all, wasn't the obstacle. It was her fear of the bridge. And as she got to the other side, the fog had not lifted. She could not see the other side, for she was not that person anymore. And so she finally realized the bridge was never an obstacle. It was an invitation. So Howard Thurman in The Inward Journey invites us to get to our growing edge. What is that? In Thurman's thought, the growing edge is precisely the edge of the known, the place where certainty gives way to becoming, where the soul can no longer rely on habit, tradition, or fixed answers, and must instead trust the inward movement of the Spirit. How do we know where our edge is? Thurman continues to say there's a vitality about the human spirit that refuses to be contained by the boundaries of the known. Have any of you ever felt that edge? Felt a stirring right here where it said, take that step, but we said, oh no, not quite yet. Not ready for that. That's a little much. The fog's a little too thick. We all have. It's okay. We get to love ourselves through that. That's part of the human experience. When we realize our edge, that's a beautiful place to be. And Thurman invites us to lean into it, to lean into that edge and allow ourselves to stay there. It's called the liminal state. And the liminal state of mind is a state where we're uncertain, where we really don't know what's going to happen beyond that fog, where we really don't know who we're going to show up as at the other side of that bridge. It can be scary. It can be tough. And the invitation is to do it anyway. The invitation is to rise up, because I don't care how old, how young you are, or how much you've done, or if you're retired, or if you're still working, or if you're in your third act, second act of work, I don't care. We all have a gift to give. We all have a divine spark inside that is yearning to come out. Maybe you're already living it. But if you're not, the invitation is to take that first step. Just take that first step and see what happens. Ernest Holmes says, faith is the ability to perceive the invisible, to believe the incredible, and to receive the impossible. What if the other side of that bridge, the other side of that vast canyon is real? What if you could live the life you always dreamed, have more love, more prosperity, more peace in your life? How many of us would take the first step? Yeah. And the funny thing is, it's a certainty. It's not a question. This is a certainty. We just have to have the courage to do it. So I'm all about practical spirituality. So I like to give some steps for this certainty. And I'm going to give it in the form of a recipe. Anybody cook? Okay, those of you that don't cook and eat out, it's okay. You understand the concept of a recipe. We're in good company. So the first piece is 1 bushel of silence. 1 bushel of silence. See, we just did the silence in meditation. But how many of us every day take that time before we go out and take that time in silence to be with Sweet Spirit? Good. That can change our lives. That one little act, and it doesn't have to be for hours. It can be for 2 minutes. It can be for a moment. But when we take the time to connect with the divine, it changes our whole day. It changes who we show up as. It changes the very essence of our spirit. We're sometimes a little bit kinder, sometimes a little bit softer. Maybe we let the person at the grocery store that's griping go in front of us. It's those random acts of kindness that can make a difference. And showing up for ourselves first is what makes that possible. So 1 bushel of silence. Take the time to breathe. Take the time to be with Sweet Spirit, because you will get messages. There's a saying, I move when Spirit moves. You can feel the presence of Spirit in your gut. You can feel it nudging you to move. That is when you move. So, the next piece is 1 ounce of allowing. Allowing the liminal space. How many of us like to run from the liminal space? Yeah, I do. It's uncomfortable. It can be edgy, so to speak. No pun intended. So living on the edge, living in that liminal space, living in that place of the unknown can be a little uncomfortable. And what we have to know that we know is that we're going to allow ourselves to stay in it, allow ourselves not to come from fear, not to come from anxiety, but to stay in that space, knowing that the other side is bliss, knowing that the other side is goodness, knowing that our perfect unfoldment is happening at each moment. The next piece is 1 teaspoon of belief. Remember the story of the mustard seed? Just takes a little bit of belief. Sometimes our belief can be shaken by the things of this world. Life is hard right now. There's a lot of dissension. There's a lot of anger. There's a lot of hate going on. The world needs us to stand up. And I'm going to assume that since you're sitting in this space, that you believe in the idea of love. You believe in the idea of one consciousness, one connected universe. The world needs you, and you, and you, and you, and you. The world needs you more than ever. There's science that says that 1 positive person can leave a positive wake for up to 70,000 people. That's a lot of people to impact. And I'm here to say we each must rise. We must rise The world is craving our goodness. The next piece, and I couldn't help but put this in, is 1 cup of treatment prayer. Science of Mind prayer works. Let me tell you, in 2008, my life was a chaos. Was full of chaos, drama. I mean, it read like a Lifetime movie. Truly. And you would probably say, how in the world is she up there today? Well, it's through treatment prayer. I use the 5 steps, the recognition, the unification, the realization, thanksgiving, and release, to transform my outer picturing of my world. But first, I had to transform the inner picturing of me. I had to know that I had the divine spark within me and allow myself to trust and lean into that spirit, lean into that edge, and take the steps across that bridge. It wasn't easy at times, but I tell you, I wouldn't trade it for the world. Life is good on the other side of that bridge. Life is really good. The next piece is you need to add a tablespoon of feelings. I know we get really caught up in the science and the mechanics and, oh, if I just do it just right. The feelings. You got to have heart. You got to believe and you got to have heart. You got to get it down from your head to your heart. Because when we get it into our heart, magic happens. That's where miracles happen. I was talking to somebody on the way in here today telling me about all these miracles. It's because it drops from the head to the heart and then it becomes real. So if there's something you've been envisioning, something that you've been wanting to create in your life, allow it to drop into your heart. Allow yourself to envision that which is with feeling. Feel it as if you already have it. It's an amazing space to be. And manifestation then can happen like this. The last piece to the recipe is adding a splash of divine right action. Now, how do we know if it's divine? Well, a lot of times we don't. Sometimes our egoic mind gets in the way. Sometimes we think we're doing the right thing and then we hit a roadblock or a wall. Anybody ever experienced that? Yeah. So, the way you know it's not egoic mind is you go into the silence. Yep. Maybe even 2 or 3 times a day during those times where you're really pushing the edge to the limit. You go into the silence and you listen for that still small voice. And you'll get right action, divine right action. You'll get the distinction between egoic mind and divine mind. But it takes discipline. It takes practice. And this is where your spiritual toolbox, growing that spiritual toolbox is so important. Because the more spiritual tools you have, the better you're prepared to handle it when situations come. I love Michael Beckwith's quote, "The moment you change your belief is the moment you change your experience." Now, I will say that the moment we change our belief, sometimes the outpicturing of our life doesn't show up right away. And so it's important to understand that just because we change our belief in this moment, our outpicturing might take a while to catch up. But stay in it. Stay on that edge. Stay in that liminal space because it works. I want to leave you with a poem. It's called The Edge of the Known. There is a place just beyond the reach of certainty where the old names fall quiet and the soul no longer knows what to call itself. It is not chaos. It is not absence. It is the pause between breaths that when life leans forward and waits for your consent. Here, the familiar stories loosen. The ones that kept you safe, the ones that kept you small. Here, the mind asks for proof. And the heart answers with trembling trust. This is the edge of the known. Not a cliff, but a threshold. Not a demand, but an invitation. You linger here longer than planned, long enough to feel the ache of not knowing what comes next. long enough to sense that returning unchanged is impossible. In this liminal light, you discover that fear and hope share the same doorway, that the life you've been praying for cannot meet you where you stand, only where you are willing to stand unguarded. Something within you begins to speak without words. It reminds you that growth has never asked for permission, only honesty, only courage enough to stay present while the future gathers its shape. The life you deserve does not arrive fully formed. It waits for you at that edge, asking if you will release the need to know in order to finally know. So you remain, breathing, listening, neither rushing forward nor retreating back. And in the lingering, you realize the edge is not where you are lost. It is where you are being born. Namaste.
So I took the night off because we obviously had a late night, but I left you in good hands, yes? I know I did. Thank you. This is our time of allowing you to pour forth, allowing you to give from that space of what you received. As I spoke earlier in our stillness, that we're always in this process of receiving and giving. We're always in this flow of divine circulation, that we get to participate in it, that we don't have to always turn the faucet off, that we allow this faucet to continue to flow through us, to continue to cleanse us, to continue to be that wave, that wake, that ripple that first moves through us before it touches those 70,000 people. So we get to be those that are of generosity and of giving. So I invite you to give from that space, whatever is called on your hearts, to continue to invest in this community, to continue to invest in a space and a place where we are a bridge. We are a space of love, of acceptance, and inclusivity. So I want to thank our TPL members, those individuals that are part of our Prosperous Life program. They're individuals that continue to give to us on a month-to-month basis that helps with all of our planning and our budgeting. And there will also be a text to donate if you don't have any cash. And we thank you in advance for what you continue to pour forth from you to us and circulate into the world.
There was a time in my life I thought I'd have to do it all for myself. I didn't know the grace of God was sufficient. I didn't know the love of God was at hand. Now I can say if you're discouraged, struggling just to make it through another day, you've got to let it go. Let it all go. And this is what you have to say. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in my spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in my spirit. Yes, I'm only
right. Thank you very much for your giving. I'm going to continue to be in this flow of receiving and giving. And as you have given so much already to us, and then we have received, I'm asking you to give some more as you bless all that has come forth on this day.
All that is. We give so much thanks for the beautiful service today, for each person here, for their love, for their presence, for their support, their generous support of CSL Fort Lauderdale. We know that through these contributions, the ripple effect will go out and out and out into our community in a wake of positivity and goodness, and bring the idea of goodness in all to Fort Lauderdale and beyond. We say thank you, thank you, thank you, and so it is. Amen.
Here to acknowledge anyone who's here for the first time, any first-time guests in the community. You can raise your hands. We are all true and tried and been here before, and I love that. Thank you. Wonderful. Give yourself a round of applause. All right, thank you. As we call our beautiful music ministry back up, Antonio and Christina, thank you, John, for filling in, and Alejandro. The service isn't what it is without the beautiful songs.
Once again, good morning, CSL family. As you know, we are still celebrating Black History Month, and we are actually celebrating, for those of you who do not know, we are celebrating 100 years of Black History Month. It actually started in, yes, you can applaud that. Started in 1926. In 1926, they acknowledged what was called at the time Negro History Week. And that went on for about 50 years. And then in 1976, they decided to call it Black History Month because it started in February of 1926. So this song that I asked the very beautiful Christina to sing is what's known as the Black National Anthem. I'm sure you're familiar with it. And it is called Lift Every Voice and Sing. If you all feel comfortable standing, go ahead and stand up and acknowledge this fantastic, wonderful anthem.
Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of a new day begun. Let us march on.
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 To victory. Let us march on till victory is won.
Oh, thank you so much. That was beautiful. That was a note. My goodness. Calling all of our practitioners and ministers to the stage. Everyone who's in house, hello, hello. Please find your way to the stage. If anyone has not yet sat with a practitioner and had a wonderful spiritual mind treatment that Kimberly has presented to us, I invite you to seek a practitioner out. Ask them to hold the truth for and about whatever it is that you're experiencing. And it doesn't always have to be bad. We can celebrate the good as well. Whatever support, whatever continued attention and energetic empowering of a truth idea made manifest in your life. Ooh. We had a lot of women speak today. Johnny Rossetti.
Okay, if you will, please join me in consciousness. And let's know this together, that the one mind, the one presence, the one power of the divine resides in each one of us, individually and collectively, today, always, and forever. And let's know, as we step on that edge, we use the recipe of love to guide, guard, direct, and protect us throughout each and every one of our accomplishments. Knowing this, we give great thanks and so much gratitude with an attitude of knowing that the highest and best is indeed unfolding in each and every moment. Again, giving thanks, we release this to that law of mind that responds quickly, rapidly, and on time. And so, I ask you to join me now as we end this prayer by saying, and so it is.
Yes, and so it is. Let's all stand up for our final song, This Is My Wish.
This is my wish.
I wish for the world,
The peace to find its way
to every boy and girl.
This is the time
for harmony.
Let love be the song
That everybody sings.
Fill the air with joyful noise. Ring the bells and raise your voice. Let there be peace on earth. Peace on earth. Lift your light and let it shine. Shine, shine, shine. Let every voice be heard. Let there be peace on earth. Oh, 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 yeah. Peace on earth. Oh, 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 yeah. Peace on earth. Fill the air with joyful noise. Ring the bells and raise your voice. Let there be peace on earth. Peace on earth. Lift your light and let it shine. Shine, shine, shine. Let every voice be heard. Let there be peace on earth. Let every voice be heard. Let there be peace on earth.
said snare.